What is good, YouTube? It's AJ Boogie. I'm back at it again, and I am bringing the heat. So the biggest news now, LiAngelo Ball declaring for the NBA draft following his 72-point performance. But Boogie, we all know that 72-point performance was staged. He played absolutely no defense. Look, I understand Gelo didn't play much defense that game. But if we really want to get nitpicky and talk about who doesn't play defense, let's talk about MVP James Harden. How can we rip Gelo Ball for not playing defense for a season when we know James Harden has not played any defense for years, and it's no secret? Before we get any further in the video, I need you to right now subscribe to the Boogie Squad if you can handle the heat. So the question is, will Gelo get drafted, and who will he get drafted to? I'm going to stop you right there, Boogie. He's not going to get drafted. I do think it will be a long shot for Gelo to get drafted, but I would not be surprised in the slightest bit if he did. Gelo has been the forgotten Ball brother his whole life. The spotlight has never followed Gelo. The lights have always followed the big baller himself, Lavar. Lonzo being a Laker, LaMelo scoring 92. The only time the lights were on Gelo was when he stole the sunglasses in China. But listen to these stats. Gelo back at Chino Hills averaged 33 a game. He led the state of California in scoring. There were only two people who outscored Gelo his senior year in high school, and the two people were Michael Porter Jr., a lottery pick in this year's NBA draft, and Trae Young, a college National Player of the Year candidate. Listen to this. Gelo is the all-time leading scorer in the state of California basketball athletics. In Gelo's high school class, he was ranked the 226th best player in the nation. I have a hard time believing that. How can someone who averages 33 a game be the all-time leading scorer in state history, be the 226th basketball player in the nation, and ESPN ranked him as a 3-star athlete? Sorry, I don't buy that. Now let's talk about Gelo making the leap over to Lithuania. Now, there are two sets of games that this Lithuanian team plays. They play the big baller games, which I don't put any stock into, and they play in their professional league, the LKL, which is the top tier team. Here's what I put stock into. I put stock into averaging 15.7 a game. I put stock into leading the Lithuanian professional league in scoring. I put stock in shooting 45% from 3. You know who doesn't shoot 45% from 3? Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Kyle Korver, Steph Curry, Dirk Nowitzki, and Kyrie Irving. But Boogie, you really think LiAngelo Ball is a better shooter than all those guys? No, I don't think he's a better shooter. But I'm just letting you know who doesn't shoot 45% from 3. Since we're talking numbers, odds, and big ballers, let's take a trip to the city where the biggest ballers go to play. Sin City, Las Vegas. Vegas has never made a bet that they can't win. Listen to this bet line. The bet was Gelo making the NBA were 2,500 to 1 odds. So if you would put $100 down, you would have a profit of $2,500. That's what the bet was originally. And Gelo growing as a basketball player and developing his skills to becoming an NBA prospect. That bet line of 2,500 free fell all the way down to 240 to 1. That's a 96% decrease. These are the smartest minds in the sports world calculating this bet. Now let's move away from the odds and the numbers. Let's talk about what's inside his chest. Let's talk about the man who wants it the most, LiAngelo Ball. LiAngelo's been doubted his whole life. from high school to playing in Lithuania, and even by the big baller himself, his dad, Lavar Ball. Lavar was interviewed by GQ. His quote, "I told my boys that one of them wasn't going to make it, because if you got 3, only 1, maybe 2 make it to the NBA." Ball said, adding that LiAngelo Ball is going to be taken care of either way. How do you think LiAngelo felt? 1. His dad not thinking that he is NBA worthy. And 2. His dad telling everyone in a magazine, a news outlet, that you're not good enough to make the NBA. Gelo's been doubted his whole life. In high school, only a 3-star recruit, 250 better basketball players than him. He's been doubted playing in Lithuania, and he's proven that he can compete on a professional level. 72 points is still 72 points. Gelo has taken the back seat to the whole Ball family, even with Lavar not believing in his skills of becoming an NBA basketball player. Gelo has shown all of us that at every level he has played, he exceeds expectations and he's a scorer. If any team's gonna take a chance on Gelo, it's gonna be his hometown team, the Los Angeles Lakers. Think about it. Lavar wants Gelo in LA. Lonzo wants Gelo in LA. Who wouldn't want to play with their own brother? The Lakers won't sign Gelo, but he will play on their summer team. It's a win-win for both sides. 1. Gelo gets to play with Lonzo and still be in his home state. He'll be playing in front of his friends, his family, and his fan base. The Lakers will win from a financial standpoint. NBA Summer League games broke records with the hype of Lonzo. Could you imagine 2 Ball brothers on the court at once? And don't kid yourself, we all watch those games. Once this happens, this will prove the legitimacy of the Big Baller brand. That's all the heat I got for today. Like, comment, subscribe to the Boogie Squad. AJ Boogie signing out.